It's Ag with Emma again, and I'm in Minnesota with Brendan. I met Brendan on TikTok, and he started following me back after he saw one of my great videos. And so then he messaged me, and we've been Snapchatting, and I came out to come and drive his cool tractor.
Yeah, I got a new hired woman.
So I am driving a chunky piece of equipment. And he's gonna talk to you now.
A junkie.
A chunky.
A junkie.
Chunky because it's chunky.
I mean, it does have a fat ass.
It does. Little quads. Little quad tracks.
Yeah. Well, we're just out here mixing in some hog manure and some wheat ground. Or I should say she is.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a video.
No.
This is your interview.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is. I think he's scared of the camera. You gotta hold it a little straight here. I wonder if it'll set up over there. Home is whenever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is whenever I'm with you. So my biggest struggle operating tractors that have auto steer is that when I have to turn around, I don't let go of the wheel.
Emma corrects herself and then she fights the GPS coordinate.
And I'll show you guys what the monitor looks like, so if you haven't ever run a tractor, then you understand. Well, the tractor with GPS. It's a little bouncy in here, and I don't have a window attachment for it.
A little rough, maybe.
It's a little rough. So I'll show you what it looks like when we turn around here, what I do, and you'll probably hear me swear. I slow down first because I don't like turning fast. We're gonna slow down to about 6.5 so I don't mess up the van and do so many bad words.
She does pretty good. She don't give herself enough credit.
Maybe this will be good since I'm recording it. Normally that happens.
Hit it. There you go.
I never trusted them.
And drop her. And crack the throttle.
Crack it.
Crack it.
Crack it.
Just crack it. Crack-a-lack.
So there you go.
See, she does pretty good.
That's only because you were recording it.
Don't let her fool you.
Before you know it, I'll be a professional corn farmer, and then I'll be famous on YouTube.
Corn star.
Corn star. No, I'm Ag with Emma, and I provide equal opportunities to all agriculturalists to be interviewed.
Oh, shit.
Anyway,
Hey,
Brendan doesn't like talking about himself. What?
fix your phone.
Anyway, Brendan doesn't like talking about himself, but
Pretty quiet guy.
I don't know enough about him to talk about his background in agriculture, so I think you should share with the class what you do with your life.
Share with the class,
The class being my YouTube audience. They all, my YouTubers would love you.
Would they?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I swear, farmers drive me crazy. They don't believe in themselves. They don't like talking about each other or themselves. Why do I do this? Do it!
I suck at this shit.
I suck at driving and connecting to AP lines. What's your point?
Did you not just see yourself back there? You did perfect.
Exactly, but that's after a lot of tries.
What, 5?
You're not going to be perfect all at
Five.
once. He's proving his own point. He's shoving his foot in his mouth and he doesn't even realize it. Brendan, where'd you go to high school?
Redneck Central, Lamberton, Minnesota.
And what kind of agricultural opportunities did that provide for you?
FFA's about all we had.
FFA. What did you do?
I was hardly ever at school. I was always sitting in a tractor.
Okay, so talk about that. Whose tractor were you always sitting in? Was it for your dad or for someone else?
I helped a neighbor in high school quite a bit.
Is that the same neighbor you're helping now?
No,
Okay.
no, big feedlot.
There you go. What else did you do?
Work.
What did you work? What did you do for work?
Work cattle, load bales, cut hay. Old shit.
Hauling poop.
Yeah, poop. Pardon my French.
Pardon? Then after high school, what did you do?
When I graduated, I went to Bridgewater College in Wilmer for 2 years, doing farm management and some GPS courses. Now I work on the family farm and help a neighbor farm.
Now what are your goals with that? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, hopefully farming full time.
We're doing right now. So right now we are ripping up fields with a disc ripper, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Because there's like shank rippers, but there's also disc rippers.
Yeah, this is a dick ripper. This is a Case IH disc ripper.
We don't like case around here.
It's the best thing on the market. Down here can't compete with a ripper.
Facts. But we still drive John Deere's.
Yeah, you can't beat a John Deere tractor.
Exactly. So, can you talk about why we're doing this?
Well, we're busting up compaction and we're incorporating the manure that was spread 2 weeks ago in the soil better.
Perfect. And why is that important for growing crops?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. And why do we need that?
Let her grow.
Let her grow.
High yields.
Let her rip!
Big yields here. BTOs get big yields.
BTOs get big yields. I hope Quentin watches this and hears us talking about BTOs.
Hey, Quentin.
He probably won't even watch this unless I like send him a link in his direct message and be like, hey, Quentin, go watch this. We talk about you. So, it takes a while. We're only going like 9 miles an hour-ish. Slower with me because I forget to crank it. Here's what the GPS looks like. So that line it's on right now is what that auto button connects to when you're turning.
That's the line that you're tracking.
That's the line that you're following. So you can see the other lines. The blue is what's already been done. So we've already dripped that. And then the rest of that is what we have to do. And then that's fuel numbers. And then there's more stuff, but I don't really look at the rest of that because you know more about that than I do.
Yes, I do.
So here's what the other monitor looks like, the other side of the screen. And then he has these handy mounts that he uses for his iPad. And he's gonna start making them because I'm gonna make him do it.
Yeah.
Yep, gonna hold him to it because a lot of people really like those monitors. Holders.
Well, we're coming to the end here. And Emma's going to show you the controls here and what she does to turn around.
So,
The other way.
since I'm a chicken, I slow down about 2 miles an hour because I don't like screwing things up and there's telephone poles. And then we're gonna push this in. That was probably a little early.
Oh, you're good.
Oh my gosh, I got it. And that's all there is to it. Like a
Pretty simple.
professional. And then you crank it.
Crank it. Yeah, you gotta crank that dial.
If you ain't cranking it, you ain't being
Perfect.
efficient. And we've been running all day, and that's how much fuel we've used. Pretty
That's not
nifty.
140 acres probably.
Yeah.
Half tank of fuel.
It's a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
I think people
But
forget like how
you're working a tractor. It's
Yeah.
12 inches deep back there. Not a shanks. You're pulling something.
Yeah. I'm pulling something.
She's pulling something. Well, we're gonna let Emma make a perfect turn here again. She says she's not very good at it, but she's doing a real good job. Look at her go. And crack it.
Oh yeah. Since we keep it extra real here. Tea break. Since we stopped for a urination station break, I can show you what the disc gripper looks like. And so these discs go in the ground, spin, bada bing, bada boom. There's different layers of them, so those ones go a different way than these ones do. tires. And then I think those are shanks. Are these shanks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the shanks. And then you can see the hydraulics. That's where it raises up and down when you push the buttons. And then there's another set of discs back there.
We run 360 ripper points.
360 ripper points.
Oh, they last a long time. They do a good job flying.
Yeah. And then there's this little roller. Get all the clods,
We're
bust it up.
not using that since it's muddy.
Well, I guess we're not using that. Stupid. What else do you have to say about the disc ripper?
Huh?
Anything else you have to say about the disc ripper?
Buy a case ripper. They're the best on the market.
Why are you banging them?
Making sure all my bolts are tight.
Why'd you say ooh?
For the hubs, because it made a funny sound.
Look at that fatty.
Grab the impact for me.
Yeah. So he's checking those to make sure that the bolts are all tight, like you said. And then you grab this. And I don't know which wrench he sent, so we're gonna grab both of them. And we're gonna grab this other drill bit piece because sometimes I don't have a clue what's going on. And then we're gonna get back off the stairs and bring him his tools. Well, it's fine. I'm already in it.
I hate to say this.
What?
You want to get the big stuff?
I already did in my pocket. I told the video that too because I was like, I'm kind of stupid that I don't know what's going on, so I brought it.
Look at you go. Milwaukee tools. Buy them fast.
Yeah, that's what they said in my last video too, so.
That's one down.
Oh no.
Hopefully no more to go.
You mean to carry any tools? Thank you.
Put this in the pocket.
Now we'll go under. Whoop. Am I skinny enough to get through it? I'm gonna get muddy getting through it. Woo. Okay, we are done with said pee break and check the discs. I have already successfully smashed his foot with the clutch and missed my line. So we're off to a great start. It's very bright outside and I'm wearing boy shades, so that is how our life is going. So when you're driving the tractor and doing tillage, you don't always use the GPS. When you finish all of your passes, you have to go over the stuff that you missed or compacted more at the edges of the field. And they're called end roads.
Or headlands, yeah.
Or headlands. And so you just cover what you did in a strategic way, much like mowing the lawn, but with a big tractor.
Yeah.
And I'll take a video of what we kind of do, but Brendan just moves it around and isn't using the GPS. The GPS is going nuts.
It's easier just to drive the end rows.
Just to drive it. So that's what the GPS looks like. It's going to focus. So you can see that patch over there that's still, because that was not in something that we could get in the past. So you're gonna go over it, freehand style. It's like your rows are like coloring in a coloring book with lines, and then end rows and headlands are like sketching freehand. But like Brendan just said, you can do end rows on the map GPS, but sometimes it's just, most of the time it's easier to not to. So I'll show you this. So there's one he already did. There's the stuff we're doing with the rows, and then we're just gonna follow this and make sure all the stuff at the end gets tilled.
Plus with end rows we work them twice because you got turning of the combine, the grain cart, and that's where you park your trucks and load, so we work them twice. That's all I got.
All you got? So, extra compaction means extra work. And then another thing, I don't know if we mentioned this, but we rip the field at an angle, because if you're ripping it at an angle, it's eliminating that compaction from the planter and the sprayer and all the trucks that have been driving in that same row. So when you're ripping it this way, it eliminates that compaction. Just lost the light game.
Hey.
Also, if you don't know what the light game is, it's when you're in the field most of the time during harvest or planting, or like some kind of field work with another tractor, and whoever can turn on their lights last wins the light game.
I still won because there's nobody else doing any work. So
He still lost.
no, I won.
Maintenance stops. Farming is not all about just running all the time. When you plug stuff up, you gotta get out and fix it. Okay, so we just got finished with that field that we were in. He is digging stuff out because the hydraulics can't fold up because there's so much like soil packed in there. It's just a little moist, but you gotta, you know, it's the balance of, do we do this now or do we wait for it to dry out when it's cold? And so that's where we're at with that. But when you're leaving a field, you need to exit where you have ripped first, and then you fold up your ripper, because if you don't, like if you fold it up after you've tilled, ripped the last of your field edges, and you still have to drive across the field, you're gonna leave more compaction leaving the field if your ripper is not following you down. So we have exited the field, he's on the grass, ripper's behind him, folding it up, and then we'll be on the road to the next field, and then yeah. New way to wear a beanie. Starting trends here. Good old machine shed.
What?
I said good old machine shed.
Big one.
It's a big one.
Huge.
Ginormous. Do it again. Yeah. Now we go over here.
Can't wait.
Good night, Betty. We're all done. It started raining as soon as we wrapped up, so we're zooming.
We're out of here.
He has more to do, but I won't be here for it. So that is the basics of disc ripping in Minnesota. And big old Betty. Machine shed's all closed up. Bouncing. Go get some food.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
It's like 5 and it's 50 degrees, 46 degrees.
46 degrees.
My pants are of the soiled variety. Not that way. Oh my gosh.
She soiled her pants.
I did soil my pants. Soiled my pants. Ran a big old tractor, got so excited I soiled my pants.
Thought I smelled something.
You definitely did. Any hoosers, thanks for tagging along. Jump on next time. They won't all be as exciting as this one because, you know, I don't get to run big tractors on the daily like all these other YouTubers, but it is what it is. Hasta la pasta.